Good morning, how are you all this morning? Welcome back to LilyLuLou, and if you're new here, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek. So I'm carrying on today working with my on my design team project for Sally Creates. This is the Delft Blue journal kit, and I want to make some hidden paperclip thingies, so I thought I'd use some of these bits and pieces to do that, and I thought I'd just turn the camera on and make what I hope will be a quick video. So first things first, I'm just getting a scrap of paper to start with. I'm sure you've all seen this done before by lots of different people, but I just felt like turning the camera on and having you join me as I play. So, yeah, first things first, a scrap of paper, fold it in half. I'm just burnishing that, and then I'm going to pop a paper clip on top, and that's going to be the base of my cover to paper clip. Then I'm going to use these little flags first, because that's what I originally had in mind to use for these paper clips, but I might go on and make some different ones with some other things. And of course, as soon as I've turned the camera on, Max has decided to start whinging at the back door. He's been happily on the sofa, fast asleep this morning, taking no notice of what I'm doing until I sit down and turn the camera on. Max, couch, come here. Good boy, on your couch. Good boy. He's picked up his bones. He's going to probably start dropping that onto the floor from a great height now, just to make his presence known. Right, so I'm just cutting out these little flags. As I say, I probably should have done this before I turned the camera on, but I just thought I'd turn the camera on and get started. It's another very grey, cold day here today. No snow or rain, but very, very frosty and very, very cold. Later on, I shall be going to pick my granddaughter up from school this afternoon. Back into the normal routine now. Once a week, I pick up my daughter from, my granddaughter, not my daughter. That's a bit of a throwback. My daughters are 26, 24 and 22, so it's a long time since I've had to pick them up from school, bearing in mind that for the last 8 years of their school life they were actually home educated, so I haven't had to pick up my daughters from school for a long time. But there you go, I'll be picking up my granddaughter from school once a week. There's one day a week where my grandsons are at nursery, and my granddaughter is at school, and they finish at, you know, their finish times are very close together, but the school and the nursery are not close together. So it's a bit tricky for my daughter to actually get to both places at the times she needs to be there. So today is that's the first day that we're all back to normal after the Christmas holiday, and then obviously the new baby coming. So my daughter's fiance had some what's the word I'm looking for? Just wondering which glue to use for this. He was on paternity leave, so you know, she had a helping hand at home. Just deciding whether to use this glue or whether to try the art glitter. I'm going to have a bash at this one. Oh, it's oozing. And I will have to trim this little scrap piece of paper to size once I've stuck all this down. Yep, so today's the first day that we're all back to normal. He's back at work. The children are back at school in nursery. So I'm back to doing a school run once a week. Right, I'm going to put this is torn, this scrap of paper, so I probably won't use it for anything. I don't want this, I don't know. Oh, here's my glue mat. I was going to say I don't know where my glue mat is. It's underneath my cutting mat. Glue. And then I'm going to leave this to dry, and then I will trim off the excess. I can see the little flag points pointing out at the bottom here. If I take this out of the way, you can probably see better. So I'm lining the top up with the top of my paper. And then here you can see the little flag points just peeking below. So I'm just trying to line that up as best I can at the bottom. And then I will leave that to dry. And then I will come and trim this and ink around everything, and we will have a little covered paper clip. So let's do another one. I wonder if this would be big enough. Should be. It's not cut straight, but that doesn't matter because we're going to be trimming bits off. That's about right. So pop some more glue on. So what are you all up to today? Anything exciting? What are you working on at the moment? Now this piece of paper is not was not cut straight, so I'm making sure I'm lining this up to the fold, not to the edge, because the edge wasn't straight. And then obviously once these are dry, I could decorate them further. I could use some more of my scrappy bits of lace and trim to decorate them, you know, like I used for the heart that I made in the last video. I could grab some more of those little tiny bits and pieces and pop them on here, or we could put some little numbers on, or whatever you like really, buttons, anything to decorate them, make them look a bit more snazzy. I wonder if we could get another one on here. So leave that one to one side to dry. Just use a little tag shape. These are all the same size. I think they are. Yeah, let's use a little tag shape, something a bit different. Max has gone quiet now because I've taken no notice of him. He's laid down and gone to sleep. Right, let's pop a bit of ink around these before we start. Yes, I'm not looking forward, I'm looking forward to seeing my grandchildren, obviously, this afternoon, but I'm not looking forward to going out in the cold. took Max out for his walk yesterday and we were not out for very long at all, and even Max was quite happy to come home. So yeah, that would be big enough. So let's pop some glue on here. Oops. Pop this one down. And then the same on the other side. Got a string off something hanging. Oops. Sliding as I've stuck it down. Got to line one of these. I've lined one side up with the edge and I can't see it was this one, so I need to slide this over a bit. I'm trying to make sure I line this up with the edge, this tag up with the edge of the tag behind, and with the top here, so that I can only have to trim a little bit off. So I let that one dry. I might as well do these two. And we'll have 4 little bits for our journal. This end should be okay. This had a little tear in it, so I didn't want to use the actual torn part. That should be all right. Cut these ones out. So again, it's just you know, another idea for different ways to use the bits and pieces in your kit. You don't have to use them the way they have been designed to use. Obviously, you know, if you want to, you can do exactly that. No problem with that at all. It's just that I like to, you know, play around and do something different with the bits I'm given. A little bit more ink. Right, paper clip. Pop that on there. Glue. Hopefully by the time I've done this one, the first couple will be dry enough to work with. So stick that down. Oops. Turn it over and do the other side. Which side did I line up? This side. So again, I'm looking at the top edge and this right hand side, because that was the edge that I lined up on the other side, if that makes sense. And then I will trim these once they're dry to get them matching a bit better. So let that one dry. And let's have a look. I think this was the first one I did. Still a bit gooey. Let's have a bash. Oops. Me with my rubbish cutting skills. And I'm going to use my snips just to make this little flag part match. And let's hope I haven't stuck the whole thing together. Let's see if it works. So take that out. Just trying to neaten up these edges. And this is still very wet, so probably should have left it a little bit longer. I'm just going to go round with the ink again just to disguise any imperfections, you know, where it's not 100% matched up. I'm just doing this one to show you, but I'm not going to do the other ones. I'm not going to trim them and ink them because they definitely need to be left longer to dry. So, Max, let's grab a page. Take my glue mat out of the way. Let's just find a random page. So the way this works, hopefully, this will just slide over the page, she says, hopefully. Because it's still a bit damp, it's not, you know, it's bending as I'm trying to use it. So that will fit over the edge of the page like that. And then we can, you know, tuck something under there to live there. So say we were tucking those tickets in, they would just pop under there on that side and something else on the other side. So that's how they work. So I hope that's a tiny piece of inspiration for you for today. As I say, I'm going to leave the rest of them to dry before I fiddle about with them anymore. And once this one has dried, I'm going to tidy it up a bit more because it's, look, I've moved the whole thing now because it's so wet still. Oh dear. Let's put this out of the way. I'm going to have to do a little bit of first aid to this one because I've played with it before it's dry. It's all slid out of place. Oh dear. Right, that's a little bit better. I'd say I'm going to have to fiddle with that a bit more, but I will leave them to dry first. Let's put all this out the way so you can see what we're looking at. So this is what we've made, and I will pop a picture on Instagram of these once they're dry and I've trimmed them up and inked them so that you can see the final result. Thank you for joining me this morning. I hope you enjoyed watching that. Take care. I'll see you again soon, and in the meantime, enjoy your own crafty time. Bye bye.